I was sort of a default believer that didn't strongly question anything. Well, a time came in my life when I did start questioning things, and I credit Spider-Man. Not that I believe there's a Spider-Man, but that comic book character has a sort of catchphrase, which is, with great power comes great responsibility. And I started thinking about the behavior exhibited by the God of the Bible and how it didn't strike me as, infinitely responsible. Because he'd do things like flood the entire earth and then say, oh, I'm sorry, and put up a rainbow. You'd think that a God who knows everything and is all-powerful and all-wise and all-loving and all those things, if it was going to be a mistake or a bad thing for him to flood the whole world, he wouldn't have done it in the first place and then had to apologize. And then, of course, the whole Jesus thing, where he goes through this rather elaborate, weird stunt to concoct an excuse for forgiving mankind for sins that, for the most part, they didn't even commit. We're talking about original sin here in Adam and Eve. So it didn't all make a lot of sense, and he didn't strike me as a guy who was acting as with as much wisdom and responsibility as he should, given that he's omnipotent. And but I had a lot of trouble actually going so far as to rejecting the belief. For a while I struggled with, maybe it's the way the Bible's interpreted that is wrong, and really God never did any of those things. Or, maybe that's just made up stories, but there really is a God who's like that. And mostly what kept me from coming to my final conclusion was I was raised to believe in a God who really deserved my complete and utter unquestioning respect. And every time I started thinking critically about what the religion was telling me, I would get this feeling of, nervous fear that I was doing something wrong. Well, one day it struck me that no God who I could possibly respect would have given me a brain capable of thinking these thoughts and then punish me for using it. So that relaxed me. I was able to think clearly. By the end of that day, I realized that I didn't actually believe any of it, and I was an atheist.